Hey, good evening. I just hit record and then I realized I haven't put a title, I haven't put a description for what I'm going to be talking about, and I think that pretty much sums up today, or probably since yesterday. But I'm here, that's what matters. I'm here, I'm live, as we normally do on Wednesdays. How's everyone doing? I hope your week is going well. Um, I have been Sometimes the news is like a double-edged sword, isn't it? On the one hand, you want to stay informed, but then stuff happens that completely throws you off. And like the stuff in Lebanon that came out of nowhere. There have been protests in Nigeria, which where I'm from, and then there was stuff in Zimbabwe as well the other day, and it's a lot happening, and I blame myself joining Twitter for it. But yeah, so it's just been that kind of day, just seeing everything that's happening. But that's not what you're here for. It's kind of all tied in somehow, because when things like this happen, they force us to actually think about what's important. When things don't go right, when disasters happen, people are forced to really hone in on what's important, what is the thing that matters. And that's part of what I want to talk about today. By the way, if it's your first time here, welcome. Say hi, say hello, let me know you're here. Or if you catch up on replay, comment replay so I know you are watching it later. Or if you watch it on YouTube or LinkedIn, where I put it. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about thinking about success and wealth beyond the pound, so beyond the physical money. And I'm going to attempt to paint a picture. If you get it, that's fine. If not, take from it whatever you will. If we think about how success used to be measured, sort of before this uber capitalist system that we have right now, I feel like it was probably more holistic in terms of factors that were considered. It wasn't just about how much you had. Your family played a role in that, how much people you had in your life that mattered to you, your contentment, your happiness. So things that were a bit more holistic. And so with everything that's been happening, it just pardon me, came to me that this is what I wanted to talk about and encourage us to think beyond the pounds. This is why I love the way that I coach money management, because part of what we're starting with, and I posted about this week, is being clear on the thing that matters and having a sense of balance with all of that. And really making sure that what we're going for is what matters to you, the things that are important to you. I don't talk a lot about making more. That's not because I think it's a bad thing, but I definitely think that the foundation should be knowing how to manage what you already have before going to make more. Because it won't matter how much more you make. If you don't know how to manage it, it's not going to stay. This is why we have bankruptcy, people filing for bankruptcy, people going broke. And so this is why I focus on that. And a lot of the time, what that comes from is just a lack of those skills, is lack of direction and focus in terms of money, which is a tool in our hands. And this is why I focus on that. Not on the making more, because it's no point making more if you can't manage what you already have. And so it's going to be up to you to decide what elements are going to be part of your holistic definition of wealth and success, and thinking beyond that. Now, I've got a red eye. I don't know why that is. Money, of course, has a role to play in that, but it has to be more than that. It has to be more holistic, because here's the thing. The process of chasing more that you may or may not have the skills to maintain, ultimately, all that brings is a lot of stress, and someone that's in a stress state, in a state of anxiety, they're not thinking straight. They're not making the best decisions that they need to make for their money. They are not in a position to think clearly about opportunities that come up that could provide them the same outcome, but without that level of stress, if you haven't prioritized the other parts of what makes holistic wealth and success for you, things that go beyond the cash, the pounds, the whatever you want to call it. And so that's what I really wanted to talk about today. It's going to be a fairly short one. Having the foundations right, the tools, the skills. If your goal is a big fat bank account, I don't necessarily think the best way to do that is to work non-stop, because that isn't holistic. You know, if you have the skills to manage what you have and be able to have money available to take advantage of opportunities, especially in this day and age where there are means to have an income that doesn't involve you exchanging time for money. You want to have the means to actually take advantage of that. And that's only going to come if you have the proper skills in place to set yourself up as someone that has disposable income. And so just something to think about as we are striving and things are happening and things are changing. You know, just spending some time to think about, is my approach, my definition of wealth, first of all, is it mine and is it holistic? Does it allow you the time to see the whole remit of yourself and not just one approach? And from a money side of things, the foundations being the skills on how to manage it. And that's what I focus on. That's where I come in. So that's what I wanted to leave you guys today. This is probably one of my shortest ones, but sometimes when something needs to be said, it doesn't need to go on and on and on. It can be short, straight to the point with everything that's happening. It's more important than ever to be clear on what's important and creating this sort of life that would allow you prioritize that and be able to keep that to hand. So my heart goes out to the places that I've mentioned and everything that's happening there, my own home country of Nigeria, with people protesting about, you know, basic necessities of life that they need to have. What happened in Lebanon, people's lives completely thrown all over the place, even here, with jobs continuing to be lost. That sort of refocus on what's important and not lose sight of that. So that was it. If you think of someone that would benefit from hearing this, feel free to share it with them. You know, it absolutely costs nothing. And I want to hear your thoughts. You know, if you have had this sort of thoughts recently, or, you know, you've heard something that you're going to go away and think about, I want to hear it. A little heads up, on the 19th, I'm going to be sharing another guest speaker recording again, which I think will be fun. You'd enjoy it. So that's coming up for you on the 19th. Have a fantastic rest of the evening wherever you are, or day, and I'll speak to you soon. I'll leave you there.